So it's leg day today on the new split that I'm trying out. Kind of just trying to modify everything because I don't exactly know what's going to work and what isn't. But that's all besides the point. All I need to focus on right now is getting in the gym, and when I am in the gym, making sure I'm not wasting my time. So I'm probably just going to stick to the same 3 pieces of equipment that I usually stick to. But this time, what's going to happen is I'm going to warm up with a squat rack with no weight on it, because I want to get to a point with my back and my stability that I can start actually squatting weight on a squat rack. So the first step to that is getting your form down and getting it proper. Especially with a squat, if you do improper form with a squat, you can really end up hurting yourself pretty good. So, now that I've had that nice gentleman last week actually walk me through how to do a squat and keep my form proper and all that, I'm going to use that as a warm-up to really get my quads and my legs, my glutes, stretched, and then probably do like a deadlift or a good morning, I think is what it's called, with a Smith machine, or just stay right there on the squat rack. And I'm gonna get my legs all stretched out and then do some mobile stretching, kind of just swing the legs around and move around, because I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not going to be the one to put it to a test, but I've heard around rumors that static stretching can actually hurt the muscle in the long run. Like if you were to do a static stretch and then immediately go to working set weight, you are more likely to hurt yourself from a static stretch. Meaning like you're just kind of standing there and stretching out the muscle, whatever that might be, rather than like a mobile stretch, like kind of moving around, doing more mobility based stretching than just focusing on the muscle, I guess. I don't know all the words and vocabularies behind it, but we're going to be doing that. Oh, wrong gear. There we go. So I'm going to start with a squat with just the barbell so I can practice my form and get that stretch. And then go on to a good morning with, again, no weight, just to do the stretch. And that'll get my quads, glutes, and hamstrings warmed up and stretched out and ready for the workout. And then we'll be ready for the typical leg day, which for me consists of hack squat, leg extension, hamstring curl, and then a little plate loaded calf machine. Also, in case you haven't noticed already, I'm taking a different route to the gym. I'm going to see if it's faster, or even if it's a little slower, as long as it's a smoother drive and I'm not just sitting at stop or stop and go traffic for however long, I would find that worth it. You know, take a couple more minutes to get there, but I don't have to stop and go as much. Might not be a big issue for some people, but I personally hate it when I have to keep stopping and going and stop and go and stop and go. I would rather take another extra half hour to get to wherever I'm supposed to go, as long as I'm not sitting still. That whole sitting still thing just really bugs me. I don't know why. It's just a whole hurry up and wait, and drives me nuts. So I think I'm going to start focusing on a progressive overload. And I've heard that for a lot, wow, that was one car. One car was allowed to go during that green light. Luckily, I got a blinking yellow. What was I saying? Progressive overload. So rather than just trying to shoot to hit like an extra so much amount of weight every week, what I'm going to do, because right now I'm still just trying to maintain or cut, but I'm not doing a very good job at it. So if I'm going to work, I might as well make sure that it's muscle I'm gaining and not too much fat. So I'm going to go like 1 week, I'm going to try and get more reps. And then the next week, I'm going to get more weight. And then the third week in the cycle, I'll be, what's the word? I'll maintain that weight. And the next week, I'll try and push more reps. And then I'll put more weight. And then I'll maintain that weight. And I'll keep trying to go into that rhythm for as long as I can. And I'm just taking up the whole road, aren't I? Keep thinking I'm in the clear, and then a second lane just pops up out of nowhere. I'm not a fan of roundabouts. Not a fan. But I think that's going to be the move right now. Is I think I just have to drop the diet altogether, because right now I'm not maintaining. So probably for the meantime, just try to stop overthinking it and just go back to the basics of eating food and making sure that that food that you eat isn't like really bad food, like fried foods, pizzas, and junk foods, and French fries, and hamburgers. Well, hamburger's not too bad as long as it's like a fresh hamburger. But I've kind of given up on the whole tracking calories. For some reason, I just struggle with it. So, like, I don't want to stop, but I can't keep going because not because I've hit a plateau or anything. It's just every time I start and I get on it and I feel good about it, I make one mistake and it's all out the damn window. And it's just frustrating to have to restart again and again and again. So I'm just going to drop it for a little bit and just focus on the gym itself. Just not quite count my calories and cut it out, but watch what I eat. Just make sure what I am eating is healthy and focus more on the gym than anything else. And that's how I'm going to do it for a little while. And who knows? I don't know how it's going to end up, but somehow I got to end up back on that rhythm, getting back on the whole dieting down. Because the whole point here is to lose weight. And I can't stay on a diet. It's really frustrating. Man, there's no way to avoid this traffic. Well, I tried. Actually, you know what? I might try doing meal prepping. Go get some chicken breasts and stuff and just cook it all in bulk for the next 3-4 days. Because like I was saying earlier, it's like on work nights, I don't usually eat too bad because I don't have the time for it. But also, I'll be so tired from the gym and work together that I won't want to cook, and then I order in and I order too much. But on the weekends when I have free time, I just can't do it. So what I might start doing is instead of meal prepping for the week, I have control of myself on the week, but over the weekends, I can meal prep, and then I cannot eat anything unless it's meal prep. Then there's no way I can go over. But that's the issue right there that I'm seeing is I cannot eat unless it's the meal prep. But my problem is I have an addiction to food. So that whole I cannot eat thing is based off of my willpower. And when it comes to food, I don't have any. If there's food in the fridge, and I know there's food in the fridge, it's getting ate. So that's what I need to work on, but I don't even know where to start with that. It's an addiction. I can't stop it. So in the meantime, just focus on the gym. Not much else I can do about the past, so just focus on the future. All those other typical sayings and things that you hear all the time. Motivational speaking, presented by me. Well, I'm running out of stuff to say, so I'll catch you guys in the gym. Alright, first workout. Gym's a little bit louder today. Just a note to self, I think next time I should probably do more than one warm-up set. Because I'm already feeling this one. 2 more sets of this. Then we go to the hamstring curl. Alright, up the weight next time. Okay. Alright. I'll do one more off camera. So, next machine I was going to do was going to be just a leg extension and isolate the quad. But we only have one in this gym, and it's currently being used. I don't want to be that guy. So what I'm going to do is drop my weight on this machine, 25 pounds, and just rep it out and get a good burn and focus on the stretch. And then go from there, see what's open. I might just be done. I was shaking a lot on that one. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I might just call it there. I think so. Oh boy. I really hope the traffic on the way home is not terrible, because I just absolutely murdered my legs. My calves, I went ahead and did 4 sets because I didn't really feel like circling back for calves. Hamstrings, I was going to hit another set, but the machine was taken, and I don't have a strong enough back and or core for deadlifts. And then that last hack squat you saw was my last workout. I was going to try and squeeze every last bit out of my muscles, but I was so fatigued I was to a point where I was shaking. I don't know if you can catch it in the video or not. Like that last little set, I was putting all of it into it without screaming my lungs out. That was painful. Oh, my leg is shaking. I can't hold the clutch out. Oh, look at their trim left. I'm coming. Watch out, everybody. Oh, Lord. And we're good. Okay, cool. So this is what I want the videos to be like, is just like goofy, like me, being me. And it's coming out, it's happening slowly, but, you know, on those rough days, I'm fucking bipolar about it. But that was a really good workout. Personally, leg day is my favorite day in the gym. It's a day where I feel like I'm making the most progress, and I love my legs. They're not the most muscly in the business, but they're the least fatty part of my body, so I can actually see my muscles. And that makes me feel good. Oh, man, my heart rate is still up from that. I keep skipping cardio. I know cardio is so important, and I keep skipping it because I tell myself I'll go walk the dogs, and after I walk the dogs, I'll go on a jog, and then I never do either. So today, you guys got to hold me to it. I need to walk those dogs. I need to get them out on the park and make a routine out of it. And if I don't, it's your fault. Because I told you to hold me accountable and you didn't. So you hold your end of the bargain. You know, you better do that. Or else you won't get any more gym content. How about that? It'll just be me talking to myself in the car again. Yeah, that sounds good. It'll all be your fault. I won't be liable for any of this because I said so. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about today. I don't know. I feel really good about today. I feel like I actually did something. Day's not over yet, though. I still have to be able to make myself a meal without overeating. And I still need to take care of my animals that I obligated myself to take care of. They're my fuzzy little buddies. They're nice. They're obedient to an extent, you know, for being puppies. Yeah, they deserve to go on a walk. Really should start training Tucker. He's getting to that age where you gotta start training him. Because before he was just too young, he wasn't able to comprehend what the heck I was saying. So, I'm gonna make myself some dinner tonight. And same thing for tomorrow night. And then Friday night, I will mass meal prep for the weekend to come, so that I don't have as much temptation. And when I do want to eat something, it'll be right there, and all I gotta do is warm it up. Oh! Whoa! That was a close one. Oh, my leg is so tired. It's already stop and go out here. This is just the worst. Ow! That's how you know you had a good leg day, though. When you almost can't make it home. I feel good. It was a really good workout. How many more times can I say that? Somebody put a counter on this video. There's a little roll bar on that thing. You guys couldn't see it, but that thing was sick. Man, I don't have much to talk about in these. I guess I could talk about my goals. I think I'll put a little stitch of it at the very end of this video, so once I end this car talk, there will be one more little bit. I want to show you guys the sweatshirt that my fiance got me when we were in the 8th grade. Yeah. When I was in the 8th grade, my now fiance gave me a sweatshirt that at that time, I was filling it in. Like, I looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy in that sweatshirt. And to this day, it's my favorite sweatshirt. It's got stains, it's got holes, but it's my favorite sweatshirt. And I want to show you guys, like, I've only just recently started recording all this stuff and tracking it, and you see how much I'm struggling. But, like, that sweatshirt is baggy on me now. Like, I'm swimming in that sweatshirt. And I just wanted to show you guys that before I started going into the gym and doing this whole fit life thing, I was way heavy. I was a big dude. And what I ended up doing was just not. I got up and moved, and I stopped eating as much, because back then it was like all day, every day, I was chewing on something. It was bad, and I was climbing, and I didn't have any friends. So all I did was play video games and eat all the time. And it was a really depressing time, and I just got sick of it, and so I threw out all the junk food, and I don't even remember everything that I did, but I didn't work out. Like, I went on a walk once or twice a week. I ate the 3 meals with 2 snacks a day on average, and I lost, I'd say, probably half a person over 4 years when I actually started this whole thing. And then just recently I started recording it, because now I'm going to the gym and I want to actually track the progress that I'm making. And that's where you guys are going to come along. You're going to follow along in this journey, and you're going to see the ups and the downs. You're not just going to see me getting stronger and talking about all the good times. I'm going to take you guys along for a lot of the bads too, so you can see that it's not all one-sided. It's not exactly what social media makes it out to be. The only thing I do to edit these videos is clipping the beginning and end when I start recording and end recording. The rest of it is all raw footage. I don't edit the lighting to make me look bigger. I don't change things to make what I say sound nicer. Like, it's just I'm talking to you, and I don't change it, because I'm not some influencer for the gym, and I'm not some big bulky dude who wants to get views. I want those very few people who do choose to watch my videos and tag along to see it's not all sunshines and rainbows. This stuff gets difficult, especially when you want to hit it a little more seriously than the average person. It's hard. It really is. No one talks about it, because everybody's just like, oh yeah, it's hard. We all know that. You just gotta put it. No, like, it's fucking hard. It is difficult. It can get to the point where you will wake up in the morning, have nothing to do but the gym, and you won't want to do it, because it's just you're so hard on yourself. When you really want to make that difference, you beat yourself up to get there. And there are days where you just don't want to go through that, but if you want to make that change and you want to hit that goal, you have to push yourself. And it hurts. And it tears you apart mentally. Like you guys saw in the last couple of videos, I've just been going downhill. And I'm still there. I'm just having a really good day is all. It's the only reason I'm where I'm at right now. So everything that you guys saw in the last couple of videos hasn't just disappeared. It's all still there. I'm just having a good time right now because I just went and had leg day at the gym. But like I was saying, these videos are just raw footage of everything that I'm going through to change myself. And I don't just go to the gym to change my looks. I'm also there for mentality. My entire life, I've struggled with self-discipline and self-care and self-love. So behind the scenes, I'm taking care of myself much more, not just in eating, but just hygiene in general, paying attention to everything that I do to myself and what I do in public, and like, actions have consequences. Up until a couple of years ago, I did not care. My actions were never thought out. I was always just such an angry and frustrated person, and I was a lazy sack of you-know-what. And I knew I wasn't going to get away with it, but I just didn't care. I didn't want to deal with life. I was suicidal. But something in me just kind of flipped around. I guess, in a way, I just kind of grew up. And here I am. But, losing train of thought again. I'm going in there to push myself so I can look better. Obviously, looks are part of it. But it's more for me, at least, it's more for discipline and mentality. I'm learning to love myself and every inch of myself by going to the gym and having a more of a mental connection with my body and being more aware of my body and where it's at and how it is, rather than just looking in the mirror in the morning and going, wow, I can't believe I look like this. I don't have any pictures. Like when I was that big, I didn't take pictures, so I don't have anything to compare myself to. As of late, like the last couple of years, I have a couple of pictures here and there, but nothing too dramatic has changed since then because I just started going to the gym. But I just sometimes look at myself in the mirror and I'm just not happy with what I see, and that's something I'm working on. My buddy Ash, he watches these videos. One thing that I got him doing, or tried to get him doing, was I call them self-love sessions. I've done 2 on this so far. The pose downs that I do, I don't have enough muscle and I don't have any sort of competition to call it a pose down. So in my mind, I call it a self-love, where I'll sit there and I'll do all the goofy poses and stuff that people do half naked out on the stage during bodybuilding contests. But I'm not doing it to look at my muscles. My initial reason for starting doing that was so that I can look at myself in the mirror and be like, yeah, you're not there. You don't look like that. But why does that mean that you can't have fun with it? Why does that mean that you can't do these things? You should love your body and tell yourself that you are able to do that. You know? Obviously, don't get to a point of like body positivity where you're just like completely delirious and ignorant of what yourself looks like and whether or not you need to work on it. But to a point where like when you know you need to work on it, you don't tear yourself to bits about it and call yourself ugly because you gained a couple pounds. And that's all stuff I want to work on. And then, like I was talking about earlier with the dogs, like I don't take them out as much as I should. I don't take them on walks, and I don't even take myself on walks. Once I'm home after the gym, I'm usually just sitting on the couch watching YouTube. And that's part of the discipline that I'm trying to get out of this. If I can make the gym a routine, I can make a lot of things a routine and build it off of that. Like if I do this, then this is next. If I do this, then this is next. And it all just becomes daily routine. But before it can become daily routine, it is discipline. And I don't have that. I ain't got none of that. So, I guess in a way I've just kind of started talking about my goals. So I'll keep going around that path where my goal really for this whole gym thing, obviously everything I just talked about, but on the physical side of things, like looks-wise and weight-wise, I weighed this morning 216 pounds. And my goal weight, I don't really have a deadline, but if I had to give myself one, I'd say in the next 90 days. Yeah, that's not possible at all. I'm not even going to give myself a date. But my goal weight, I want to, at some point in my life, get to 160 pounds. And I want to get as much of that 160 pounds into muscle as possible. Like, I don't have a goal for how toned I'm going to be or how small or how big I want to be. The only goal that I really have for myself is I want to get my weight down to 160, and I want the majority of that weight to be muscle. Get as much fat off of my body as possible. And it's always good to have a goal in a gym. In anything that you do, it's good to set the goals, because it keeps your mind on what you're actually doing in there. Wow, this is the most packed I've seen this road in a good long while. Well, I've just about run out of things to talk about, so stay tuned. I've got one more bit. I was going to show you what I look like in that sweatshirt. This is what I'm talking about. Also, these are my dogs. The little one is Tucker. We have no idea how old he is. Picked him up off the side of the road. And this big boy right here is Duramax. He is my emotional support animal. He's also my first. He's my first dog. Tucker's got husky in him, so he makes a lot of noise. But yeah, this sweatshirt is what I was talking about in the car. You can't see nothing through it. Look at that. Like it is so baggy. Like you can see my chest, obviously, but like I've got plenty of room in this thing, and I'm telling you, like this sweatshirt was stretched. Like you could see every fold of my body when I first started wearing the sweatshirt, and that's how much progress that I have made personally. I don't know if that helps anybody, but it helps me. I wear this every day. It's my favorite sweatshirt. And knowing that at some point I actually filled this thing in and now it's all baggy and now it's more of like a comfy sweatshirt. I wear it in the gym sometimes. You can see it in the wintertime. Like it's my reminder. It's my daily reminder of what I used to be and how far I've come and how much farther I have to go. It keeps me motivated. Ugh, the puppy.